Back at it again, guys, with another video. This is going to be a little bit different than my normal videos. Just to get to it real fast, I bought a truck at Phil Wright in Russellville, Arkansas. It was a 2018 GMC Silverado, and I'll explain more about the truck at the end of the video so you guys can get to how the manager acts at this dealership and what you could run into if you buy a truck there. I just want to say that Adam, the GM there, he's awesome. He did everything he could to try to make the situation better. It ended up going up to the owner, which is Danny, and that's the guy you don't want to deal with. He clearly gets enjoyment out of knowing when he's got one over on you or he thinks he's in control, which you're going to see in this video right now.
Yeah, watch his eyes, he smiles. And at one point I tell him, oh, you think that's funny? Because you can see that he likes sticking it to people. He thinks he's in control.
We're gonna show the video now. You'll understand it. I'll explain everything at the end of the video if you're still interested and want to stick around and see what this is all about. But here we go.
Hey Danny, you're my little project now. I'll be there day, 2 days, maybe not a week, but I'll be back and back and back.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Just fine.
Hey,
Robert and Hips.
This is my dad.
That
Yeah.
was Dad.
Okay.
I just drove from Clarksville. You know, I know this is your place. I come down here trying to find some magic words to find better sense to this. You know,
Here's the deal.
Can I
I'm
continue?
gonna quit. I'm walking out the door going to my grandmother's visitation. A minute ago, I had some work to finish. That's way more important to me, my grandmother's visitation.
and I understand that.
Okay. Mechanically, not a thing wrong with your son's truck. Do you agree with that?
I'm not gonna
Will
agree with
your
that.
truck, will his truck run up down the road?
When he bid, I don't wanna
Wait a
argue.
minute.
When he bid on that truck, we didn't know that it had been hit. So
Listen to me. Is there anything mechanically wrong with that truck prohibit him from driving down the road and getting
at
him
this
home?
point, does it matter if your customer doesn't care if that even makes sense?
Okay. I'm not gonna give him a loaner truck when his truck drive. We don't give anybody loaner vehicles if their vehicles can ride up and down the road. Okay, no one gets one. I understand he's had some problems. I told him we get it back in here and I would see that it got fixed. Okay, his other option was offer to write him a check and he can walk away and not have to worry about it anymore. Because it's obvious he's not ever gonna be happy with that truck. Well, he's got two good options. All he needs to do is pick one.
Okay, now I'm gonna
Okay.
follow up on that. Now I'm gonna pick up where I left off.
Okay?
You're obviously a man of stature, and you can make a proper decision. You got an unhappy customer. That's my son. I'm unhappy.
Okay.
I've heard good things. You got a good crew around here. They have to be taught by you, and I'm sure you're capable of making a good decision.
And I have made two good
Right now,
decisions.
you're not. So wait a minute, no, let me talk,
How old
please.
are you?
I let you
31.
talk.
Okay?
I get that.
And
I
you
get
need
that.
your dad to come down here and take care of
Would
it.
you go down and help your son if he was getting a bad deal?
If he's old enough to drive by a vehicle, he needs to
We
take
can take care of this real
Especially
easy.
his 31.
We can take care of it pretty easy. He just needs a full refund with the taxes.
He's got, and I've been informed that they've changed the law. He's got 60 days to find him a truck. If he can't find a truck within 60 days, that's not my problem. Okay? I'm giving him 100% of his vehicle, what he paid. That's my final decision.
We
Y'all
all
can
can
stand
see,
here on this shoulder until 6 o'clock. Okay, but we're not gonna change my mind. I've talked to my partner back here on the other side. He's in agreement with me. Okay? We both agree. That's
nobody
what
needs
we're
to be in
offering.
an agreement with us, because we're your customer.
Okay.
All right?
That's
So
my
I'm telling you
fault.
right now, all the little angles on this, they're not good.
Okay.
He's been done wrong.
No, he's not.
No, he has.
No,
Well,
it's
if-
not, that
if
truck
you're-
out
if you're
there
a
for
customer-
80,000 miles is perfect.
I love that truck.
It is
I'm not gonna
perfect.
argue.
And we have tried, it don't make any difference.
I'm
I
trying to
talked to
tell
him
you,
down here and
you
he
got
said,
an
it's
unhappy
bent over
customer
backwards. Trying to
and an
take care of
unhappy
him,
dad.
it don't make any difference what we do, it doesn't fix his truck.
Okay.
And he's
All
not
I'm trying
happy
to
with
do is appeal to what would make him happy.
Okay?
And a full refund with the taxes
I'm not,
would
listen,
keep him
you're
happy.
wasting my time and both of y'all's. You're not getting
You're
taxes.
gonna be wasting a lot of my time, because I'm gonna end up making this a special project here.
That's fine. And I told him, you can do what you want to. That's your
Of course.
prerogative.
Well, I guess
Okay.
that's what we're gonna have to
So
do.
do you want a check or you want to leave, you're going to drive the truck home and us bring it back and fix it? Which one do you want? That's all we need to decide. Do you want a check for what you pay for the
He
vehicle? Or
wants
do you
a
want to drive
check
it home?
with his taxes.
I'm not giving it to you. I don't know why you don't understand that, but I'm not giving it to you. I'll give you a check for the amount, but I'm walking out of here.
I'm trying
and
to
I'm
think
going.
about her position right now, and I don't like it. And I'm
Okay,
telling
that's
you-
fine. So you're driving your truck home. I'm fixing to rescind my offer that where I'm gonna pay you back and you're gonna be stuck with your truck. When I walk out of here, if there's not a decision made, the truck's yours. Okay? I'll fix it, but I'm not offering you money back again when I walk out of here and go to my
Remember what I
grandma's.
said, that cooler heads and they were trained by somebody that knew what they were doing.
Listen, I've been
I'm
dealing with
telling
him
you.
for 2 hours over a truck
Okay,
there's
I
nothing wrong with,
understand.
okay?
We make
So what do you wanna
mistakes
do
all
when
the
I'm
time.
leaving?
Well, you're gonna push me to make a decision. I'm not gonna make a decision.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna make a decision for you, because if I walk out of here, the truck's yours.
That makes you happy?
Yeah.
No, but I don't see anything wrong with your truck, and I have
What-
told him
what
I would
you
make
see
sure.
and what he
Okay.
sees are two
Thank you, I
different things.
appreciate you driving all the way up here from Clarksville trying to handle the situation with your son, but I'm leaving. It's that easy.
All right, I'll be here tomorrow with signs. I am. And on social media, we're gonna have a good time. Bad decision.
Here's the deal.
I'm walking.
Do what you
I'm
want to on social
walking.
media, but I explain to your
I'm
son.
walking.
And I will respond and explain to the customers out there and his friends what I've done to try to make him happy, and y'all have reason.
Professional. Evidently they weren't. This place is shit and
Yeah,
you're shit.
okay. Go post it. Go post it. But I'll
Oh,
make
I'm
sure the
going
customers
to, believe
understand.
me.
And if you think y'all are-
Whatever.
anything on social
Yeah,
media,
disappointment. This Chevy dealer sucks. Bye.
understand your situation before you put it on social
You know what? You did the walkout. See you later.
All right, so you guys just saw our interaction with the owner. So he thinks this is perfectly fine to drive away off of his lot. No issues with the truck. This dent was not here. It's been here for 6 weeks, and now this dent is new. Still got this chip right here, this chip, this big scratch right here. You can see this scratch right here goes down the side. This other scratch right here. And the truck was not like that when I bought it. When I bought the truck, all that it had was this loose clip, and it's still not fixed right. And he thinks this truck is perfectly fine to drive off the lot. He told me if his truck looked like this, he would be perfectly fine with it.
Yeah, not to mention, we didn't know it had a rack and it's lower on one side.
Yeah, so I just want you guys to see what Russellville, Phil Wright, how they treat their customers, how they talk to them. And I called my dad because I had this exact same conversation with him before. Went exactly the same way. He left my kids high and dry out in the front in 50-degree weather. Owner basically just told me he's gonna give me my money back, but not the taxes, and not a ride back home, no ride back home. So we're sitting out here, it's about, I don't know, 45 degrees out, my kids are out here. Just want to document this for the video I'm gonna make. So we'll see how it goes. I'm wearing a Carhartt, and he told me he'll refund me the money, not the taxes, and I need to find myself a ride home. Didn't even want to give me a ride home to my house. So yeah, and then that's how I treated my dad when he came in. My dad obviously started off real respectful, and it escalated to that. And that's pretty much how my conversation started with him, and that's how we ended up. So he clearly does not care about his customers, definitely doesn't care about me. I spent over 6 weeks I haven't had my truck. I would guarantee over 16 to 17 hours I've spent out of my time trying to get this truck fixed. Now all of a sudden they don't want to give me a truck to drive while my truck's getting fixed, when they've been doing it the entire time, the whole time. And I explained to them, if it's taken 6.5 weeks and you guys made my truck worse, what motivation do they have to give me a truck or to fix my truck properly in a timely manner?
I would like to add that dealing with the owner usually always is a solution. They always do the right thing because it's not much for them to make things right. In this case, we're splitting hairs. His staff was much more professional. I don't know who trained his staff, but he certainly doesn't deserve them.
Yeah.
A man of his stature should be able to take care of this.
And I'll talk about this before I post this stuff, explain better detail. Clint, the sales representative for the used car lot, he tried his best to fix the situation, do what he could. He did drag his feet at times, helping me, which was a little frustrating, but he still tried and to do what he could do. Adam, the general manager, was pretty cool, and I can't complain about him, but the owner right here is a different story. And I'm guessing he's calling the police department now, which is fine. I don't know. Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
He's calling Russellville PD, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, they can't stop us protesting right across the street over there on the sidewalk, and we'll go from there, see how that goes. But this is the kind of service you get at Phil Wright. Right there. Now he's calling the police on us. So
Let's go. Let's get off the property. Let's go park right out there.
All right. Well, we'll keep you guys updated, see how it goes. Thank you. Is he trying to threaten you?
Yeah, he's full of threats.
I guess he doesn't know.
It's a public sidewalk, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, I wish I got that on camera, but we'll see how that goes. You wanted to go across the street or what? All right. All right. So there you saw how Danny acts and treats his customers. Not very well once the rubber hits the road. Like I said in the video, he gave me an ultimatum. I had to either pick taking the money and not getting refunded my $650 in taxes, which is pretty much what it came down to. He cared so much about $650, he didn't want me out of his hair. Or he'll fix the truck, and who knows how long that's gonna take, because they couldn't do it right the first 3 times when I had to go out there and look at the truck every time. With a simple problem, just a little clip in the bottom, Clint, the salesman there that we originally bought the truck from, he did the best he could do for what level he is in the dealership. And he said he would have it fixed, not a big deal, bought the truck, and ended up being a big, huge deal. They sent it to a different body shop, which I'll put the name of it right here because I can't remember it right now. And they made it way worse. They put 3 or 4 scratches in my truck. They smeared like epoxy all over the front, and they pushed the grill all the way to the left side.
I'd just like to add the big deal is he paid cash, and it was a lot of money. And we made an offer on a truck that looked like it needed a lens fixed, just one little snap. And it turned into 6 weeks, and people just not doing their job. You know, we say that they're great, the staff over there. I don't know how burdened they are with work, but they weren't getting it done, and he was paying the cost. And nobody cared about that. So, you know, at the end, he would have put a lesser bid in if we had known what we discovered later, that the column on the right is about 3/16 lower, demonstrating it didn't come out of the factory that way, which means it was hit somewhere. So, you know, it was a whole different ballgame at that point. And the real problem is that it needed one little clip, and they did all these other things over weeks. They created their own problem. And our buddy Danny over there was not willing to hear it. He was too important. And this is the same future you might have. When it really counts and that guy gets involved, you're going to be hurting.
Yeah, I spent $33,450 for a truck that he says is perfectly fine, and it wasn't even like that when I bought it. And he thinks that's perfectly fine to drive off the lot, and he thinks I'm nitpicking over it, but he didn't want to give me $650 in taxes that I paid on the truck, and he basically told me to go. But the worst part about it is my initial conversation with him. I spoke with him before my dad came. I used him as a last resort to see what else would end up coming of it. And we had the same exact conversation he had with my dad. And he told me, take the money, he's gonna write me a check, no taxes. And I said, well, my family's here and I don't have a ride back, how am I gonna get home? And he basically told me that it's up to me to find a ride home after he bought my truck. And it's 50 degrees out right now in Arkansas. I'm wearing a Carhartt, and I showed that video of all my kids there. And that is just astonishing to me that he would throw 3 little kids out in the street and expect me to find a ride home after that.
Usually dealers charge a high dollar, and it's to afford their customers a service, and that's why you would shop at a dealer of that caliber. And until Danny got involved, they were providing that. There's always issues with dealers, so we weren't so against them until dealing with this guy. And
Right.
God help you, anybody, if you ever have to go there. I would not shop there because of that guy. When it really counts and everything's going against you, you want somebody that's going to stand by their product because they charge everybody a bunch of money, and it ain't going to happen there. So
Right.
keep that in mind.
And this is pretty awesome too. After, when he called the cops on us, we knew that they were gonna come try to trespass us. So we drove across the street to Orr on the other side of the road, and we got a call, or we got told that the owner Danny called and said that you got some crazy California liberals that are over in your parking lot right now. And they came out to talk to us. They ended up being the coolest people we've ever met.
Yeah.
As far as like a car
No,
dealership.
they told us we could park there. They told us, well, I ain't gonna say
That's pretty much it, but it just blows me away. I don't understand how we look like liberals,
Yeah.
and then to call him and tell him that we're liberals, like, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, the guy's a manipulator. He's just straight trash.
Right, and it just blows my mind that he called it crazy California liberals. Like,
And you know, to say that he's against liberals and be that guy, he's just not. He shouldn't be around that dealership.
So clearly, he thinks badly about liberals, or he only supports Republicans, and we don't look like, oh my goodness, whatever. It just blows my mind. It doesn't make sense either way you think about it. So that's just the character that he has. I guess he thought they were going to kick us out. But to this now, like in the video my dad said, we're going to be out there protesting on his easement right in the front of his property, wearing these signs because...
What you're saying, back? Yeah.
So this is our only option right now. I'm trying to use YouTube, and any support I can get from you guys would be awesome to make this video blow up. Because ultimately, I don't want anybody else to buy a truck from this dealer and end up in the same position I did over something so minor that he took it to this level. And now he motivated us so much that we're going to go stand in front of his car dealership to protest him over what has happened. So if you guys have a real issue happen, I can't imagine what he would do to you guys. And this is where we're at now.
We're going back tomorrow. I can't wait to see what the cops are going to say. It's going to be great.
Right. So I'm sure there'll be more to come. If you want to see what's going to happen next, hit the subscribe button, hit like, share, get it to anybody you guys can so the video blows up. I really appreciate it. And
buyer beware.
Ultimately, I want Danny to see this because he thought we were a joke and he didn't think we were going to do anything
Yeah, he
about
didn't
it.
think this was a big
So
deal.
I'm sure this will be a surprise that will be out there. But
Yeah.
thank you guys for watching. Thank you for taking the time to make it to the end of the video. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you. And remember, one step at a time.